Once again, Willow, the standout of this past week. Her villainy is very entertaining to watch. I think she is a good layered villain, which is something I like to see. And she was entertaining again in this episode, even if she was being quite a little bitch. Happy weekend, everybody. Here to give my quick thoughts on yesterday's episode of General Hospital, where we had a bit of a random return. Although I knew Ethan was returning. I think I remember reading this a month or more ago. And I mean, maybe it's not that random because of Luke's death, but it still came across as very random to me. Ethan is a character that I've never really jived with, so that doesn't help. Like, actually, when the character first came along, I think I liked him, but I always felt like he should have been Robert's son instead of Luke's. But here he is running into Lulu. They talk about their father, they catch up on Lulu's life. And he was saying that the reason he was back in Port Charles is because he hasn't seen her since she has woken up. And Lulu said that was sweet, but didn't buy that that was the truth. But after a conversation, Lulu insisted that he stay with her, and Ethan said he would love to do that, but he needs to meet her at the house because he has one more stop to make, and he ends up going to see Christina. Maybe Christina, maybe somebody else. I don't know. I don't remember the history of Ethan and Christina. Maybe somebody in the comments can catch me up if it is Christina that he's really going to see. Maybe they did have some relationship back in the day. It's possible. Maybe I do have a vague memory, but I don't know what that's supposed to do for me right now. So Ethan's return, a little bit of a weak sauce for me. Honestly, the show's returns in general lately, from Britt to fake Nathan and now Ethan, they all seem very random, and I don't think they're actually adding anything significant or special to the show, quite frankly. We had a follow up on Laura and Ezra, which are the scenes that I enjoyed on Thursday. I guess Ezra woke up from his nap feeling a little better already after all of his drinking. He thought that she was going to use the video recording of him at the bar getting drunk against him, and he was going to have to resign. He was very confused when she said that she wasn't, because he thinks she could use that video to get him out of her life forever. But she said she's not doing it because they are both stuck under Sidwell's thumb, and so she understands why he went on the bender in the first place. Ezra admitted that he pretty much told Sidwell that he needed something on Laura, so it's kind of Ezra's fault that Laura is in so deep with Sidwell right now. But Laura still wants to try and work together. Ezra is going to try and find more information on Sidwell and his flight path and what that's all about, since he is so into this flight path. Maybe it's something they can use against Sidwell. I like Laura and Ezra teaming up. They can be a, I guess, comedic duo in trying to take down Sidwell at best. I don't know if they're going to get very far, although as we established in my review yesterday, Sidwell is a very dumb villain these days. Michael was talking with Christina in yesterday's episode. They ended up talking about Jacinda as they slowly head towards that love triangle. They also talked about open mic night and a lot of the comments on Charlie's reopening. Christina ended up reading one of the comments about Jacinda, about how Jacinda could really sing, but too bad she's dating a homicidal maniac, telling Jacinda in the comments to watch out. That was about Michael. That pivoted them to talking about Willow, and Michael telling Christina that he is getting along with Willow. It's not for him to be gracious, it's actually strategic on his part, because Michael thinks that Chase destroyed the evidence in Willow's case, and even though Michael knows that Willow can't be tried again, she can still lose her job, and then he can try and take the kids away again. Christina tried to calm him down on the whole kids thing, But Christina is out of her depth because Willow, in the same episode, is of course being very territorial about her children with Jacinda in this episode. Willow did not like how cool Jacinda was with her son and later went to go confront her, saying that Jacinda is only kissing up to her son to make Michael her latest meal ticket. And basically, Willow wants to make sure that never happens again. She wants Jacinda nowhere near her children. Jacinda's trying to tell Willow that her and Michael are together, so of course she's going to be spending time with the kids. But of course, Willow brings up the fact that Jacinda used to be a hooker and says that it's going to put her kids in danger. Jacinda actually fought back pretty hard in this episode, I found. A little more unexpected than I would have think. She called Willow out on the fact that she's actually the dangerous one because she shot a man. Willow, of course, said she was acquitted and that it was really Michael that did that. But anyway, it devolved into Willow telling Jacinda that she will never see their kids again, even though Jacinda was saying it's not her call. But Willow still thinks that Jacinda will expose her kids to bad stuff and she can never get near her kids again. That's, of course, when Michael walks in. So we should have a nice Michael and Willow confrontation on Monday. It's been a while since I've seen a good confrontation between them. So I actually do look forward to that. Once again, Willow, the standout of this past week. Her villainy is very entertaining to watch. I think she is a good, layered villain, which is something I like to see. And she was entertaining again in this episode, even if she was being quite a little bitch. Nina had a big episode because she ended up walking in on Valentin being in her place, which is who she has been trying to find information on for Brennan to keep Willow safe. Nina again irritated me in this episode, though, much like the other day when Willow started blackmailing her and Nina just took it. Nina continues to just be so gung-ho over protecting her daughter, and on one hand, I want to get it because, Nina always wanted children and she wants to take care of her children, and that makes sense. But Willow did just admit to her that she actually did shoot Drew. And so I felt like Nina in this conversation with Valentin yesterday was pretty irritating about all of that. But Valentin did ask her about Jack Brennan and if Nina is the one that wants to know where he's been hiding or if Jack Brennan does. Valentin knows that Jack is desperate to talk to him, and Nina says that yes, that's true, especially when Valentin brought up the fact that Nina is trying to squeeze information out of his daughter Charlotte because Nina knows that she and Charlotte have a loving relationship. So Nina came to the realization that Charlotte actually figured that out. And Nina told Valentin that she had been stalling Brennan, but he is now forcing her hand. She admitted to Valentin that Brennan can destroy Willow's life, and now her and Willow are in a decent place. Although I wouldn't say in Tuesday's episode that Nina and Willow were in a decent place, but that is Nina being irritating again. Valentin says that he doesn't blame Nina, he blames Jack. And she tells Valentin that Jack is obsessed with finding him. And Valentin that says they need to give Brennan what he wants then. So Valentin wants Nina to feed Brennan information that he wants Brennan to have. Nina is worried because if Jack finds out that she is double-crossing Brennan, he is going to ruin Willow, which will also, I guess, ruin Nina since now Willow is blackmailing Nina with that syringe. Valentin says that this is the best chance to take down Jack for good. So at least this was story movement in kind of two different stories, even though they're tied together with Brennan searching for Valentin and Valentin hiding from Brennan and then Brennan blackmailing Nina to get information. Honestly, Nina's getting blackmailed in so many different angles that I would feel sorry for her if she wasn't being such an idiot about it. The only other thing that happened was Carly and Lucas having some alone time to not only talk about Marco, but When Lucas found a razor and thought it was Brennan's, even though he has a beard, Carly had to admit it was another man's, and she's involved with someone else, and they kind of talked about cheating a little bit, and Carly was saying positive things about this new relationship. Of course, Lucas has no idea she is talking about Valentin, but Carly says that the guy gets her in a way that nobody has in a long time, and that even when it's messy, it's easy, and she doesn't have to jump through hoops like she did for Sonny and Drew and even Jack. Honestly, I liked hearing Carly have some positive things to say about herself and Valentin. I am still coming to like that relationship quite a bit. I think they've done a good job of having it be a relationship full of tension that you actually kind of want to see them be able to get together in the long run, even though there's a lot of problems for Valentin right now. But Valentin also does a good job of brooding, which can help these soapy relationships at times. But that was yesterday's episode. It was better than the two before it. Maybe not quite as good as Monday and Tuesday, and I still do think Ethan's return is kind of random to me. But that is another week of General Hospital in the books.